Hi, it's Diana from An Ageless Life, and we are in a new time now. I'm shifting the time period to 2:30. A couple of changes that have happened that make that possible. One is that I am now part of a group in Clubhouse, and we are doing our sessions at 1 Central Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is Grow Yourself, Grow Your Business. So that's awesome. I'll post on that later, but what I really want to talk to you about today is movement, and specifically how you can move when you are on those lengthy calls with Zoom. So we all kind of understand why it is that we need to move, right? So if you go to its most basic, when you stop moving, you die. Pretty straightforward, right? Meaning movement is your heart is beating, your intestines are working, your lungs are moving, all those kinds of things. But then that kind of goes out from there. Those are the most basic movements that we have. But then we talk about moving our body in other ways, like walking, or for me, it's dancing. I love dancing, as you probably know already. And it's something that, we all need to do. Our bodies were designed to move around. They were not designed to stand for long periods of time without moving, nor were they really designed to sit for hours on a Zoom call being a talking head, or in this case, I'm a talking torso. So I want to talk about things that you can do that are not going to be obvious on Zoom. Some of them you might want to do when you're in between sessions, or you can hit that little button that takes you off camera and be off for a minute or two and then go back. But we're going to start first of all with the things that you can do while you're on Zoom that no one is going to know. I want to give you a little bit of background about me though, and why I like movement so much and how it first showed up in my life. So I must have been about 2 years old. And I remember standing in front of the television. The curtains were back. We had a huge picture window there. The lights were back. The sun was streaming in, and I was staring straight ahead at the television. And I saw movement. Now, at that time, I didn't know what it was or recognize what it was. But my mom came in because, if you have a toddler and it's quiet, something is going on, and it is time for you to investigate. So she came into the room and she saw there was a ballet on the television, and that I was doing little bounces with my body, kind of in conjunction with what they were doing in ballet. Not really, but I was moving with the music and with the dancers. And we have all seen this. We've seen toddlers that you can put music on. They can be to the point where they can just barely stand up, and they're going to be hanging on to a chair or a table or whatever, and their little bodies just bouncing up and down in accordance with the movement. So we know that movement is something that is inherent. We do it all the time. Children, even when they're in the womb, are moving around. You can feel that elbow go across the inside of your womb, or that knee, or that foot jab, or any of those kinds of things. If you've had a child, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But as human beings, we are designed to move. So I want to talk a little bit now you kind of understand we're designed to move, why it's important. Every part of our body moves all of the time: heart, lungs, intestines, bloodstream, all of that kind of stuff. Things are on the move. How do we take that out and move the rest of our body as well? Because that is just as important. So I have some exercises that I do when I'm on Zoom calls. I joke that I have a 55-minute derriere or 50-minute derriere. I love school. I have an undergraduate degree, a graduate degree, went to a different grad school for a while. And so my body is used to that kind of 50 to 55-minute time period when I'm sitting. And after that, I start to notice that I'm wiggling or moving a little bit. So I have exercises for you to do while you're on that hour Zoom call, or maybe it's 2 hours, or maybe it's 3, that really will help you so that you're not all stiff and immobile when you get off there. Because remember, our bodies were designed to move. not to be stationary. We had to run away from that saber-toothed tiger. So that's how we evolved. I want to do the first one, and it is a real simple exercise. You're just tightening the glutes or those muscles in your derriere, and you just tighten them. So inhale and exhale. You can just do normal breath and then just tighten those muscles and hold them for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now release. Now you saw a little bit of a bump down on my head, but not much. Nobody's going to know whether you were crossing or uncrossing your legs or what you were doing. So we're going to do it again. And I'm going to talk about some other things that I want you to think about while you're doing this. So we're going to use a 5 count to contract those muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And while you're in this position, holding those muscles in, think about pulling your stomach and those muscles in to meet your back. I'm not going to pull it in and round my pelvis. I'm going to make sure that I'm sitting up straight, and I'm going to pull those in for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do this, and I have done it, and no one even has any idea that you are doing exercises while you're on your Zoom call or while you're sitting at your desk or on a conference call or doing whatever it is that you need to do, that you're sitting. So that is the first one. Super simple. And again, you can do it anytime at all. Second one is I have here, these are ankle weights, and they are adjustable. You can see they have the Velcro. So what I do is I put those on my ankles, and then I will just lift my leg and lower my leg and lift it and lower it. So I wear one on each. I happen to have on pants. You can't see that I have it on underneath there. So this works even if you're in an office setting where there are other people around, which, face it, these days, that's few and far between of us. So again, strap on the ankle weight. And again, I'll walk you through the timing of this because we want to do it nice and slow. And we want to make sure that we take the 5 counts to go up, hold for 5, and then 5 counts to go down. Did you know that when you do an exercise going up, you use different muscles than you do when the exercise goes down? Right? So this is a 2-for-1. So you can do one leg at a time. You can do them in opposition. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when we're on camera. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm up at the top. I personally like to point my toe, rotate my ankles around, and then I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Pretty straightforward. Those are the things you can do that are easy. We like to work those big muscles because those big muscles burn more calories, and also they have a tendency to get tight or what I call flaccid. Basically, they're just blah. And who doesn't want to have a tight derriere? I mean, seriously. So those are the ones that work for you if you're in a place where you're sitting and you don't want to be seen. I have a couple more that actually work on the neck and the shoulder area. And this is just, I'm going to just pretend like I'm bending my head to touch my ear. I only go as far as I can go. I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to grab a hold of the side of my chair, and I'm just going to go. And really important to breathe while you do this. And exhale. And now I'm going to come back up. And now I'm going to switch to the other side. So my hand is going to grab a hold of the side of the chair. I'm creating some resistance there and really lengthening the space here. And I'm going to go 1. That feels so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come back up. What my clients tell me when they do this exercise is they really notice a lengthening in the neck and a relaxation in the shoulder area, which is really important. If we start to see what happens to my neck when I bring my shoulders up. Now, this is an exaggeration, but even this much, see the wrinkling that happens here versus here, right? This is more smooth, open, looks much better. What more can you ask for? So those are my tips for today. I am going to be starting an exercise group, exercise, so to speak. It's going to be fun. You'll enjoy it, and want you to just pop in a yes in the box below, and I will give you details as to when and where. Regardless of where you are in your activity level, you can do these things, basic stuff, but you'll really notice a difference. That's it for today. Bye-bye.